All right, everybody. So here's a longer, more detailed version of this thing I made, which I'm really excited about. This is actually a carrying case for my Jack Skellington costume. So I didn't really want to carry like a red bin around to events and stuff. So I thought, what would be an appropriate shape to use? And I was like, I know, a coffin. So I basically made this miniature coffin out of some pine boards. I actually had to thickness plane them down to the right thickness because I couldn't find anything the right thickness. And then I drafted up a pattern and basically put it all together. And so, yeah, this is the back of the coffin. There's buttons back here. So I 3D modeled and then resin printed these and then did them in a nice kind of like 2K clear gloss. And each of the buttons has a different function. So basically it's lights and sounds. So the 0 turns on lights inside. The pumpkin turns on power for the MP3 player or sound effects card, and then the Jack button will play This Is Halloween, and the Sally button will play instrumental versions of What's This, the Christmas song. So I'll press that one, and you should hear some music. This is actually a handle for a drawer inside, but I 3D modeled this and printed it and have it kind of glued on top in 2 halves. So if I spin this around, it's on casters underneath. That's the front of it. And I really wanted to make sure that it had functioning doors. So I found some old school hardware and latches, and you can flip this up and unlock it. And then it opens up like so. And I hand painted everything that's on here. Everything you see that's got artwork or graphics on it, I painted it by hand. So here we go. We open it up. There it is. So I kind of really wanted to have that thing where you open it up and it almost looks like he's sort of inside, right? And I lined everything. I made sort of foam inserts with red velvet. And you can kind of see the velvet in there. And I pinned all these sort of things on. Right now, this is just sort of like placeholder artwork that I made, but I want to do kind of my own drawings and do my own graphics for buttons and things that I can give to kids, right? You know, at events and stuff like that, and maybe make stickers and stuff like that too. So I actually did these 2. These are, this is like Jack in his Santa Claus costume as an overlay, and then there's Jack underneath. And I did a Sally version as well too. So yeah, I'm just gonna turn this off so it's not quite so loud, just to kind of go through. And then here I made kind of like a fake sort of covering of sort of like his suit jacket, right? And there's like a little cool resin printed pumpkin there, and it's just magnetically attached. You can open that up. And then this is the chest piece. So this is like a chest that you wear underneath the suit jacket. And then the bat bow tie is attached to that, right? And it just comes out like that. And then in here is more goodness, right? So that's the Jack head there, which comes out on a sliding platform. So I use drawer sliders for that. And I'll just give you a little bit of a look at the head. I'll probably do a more in-depth thing on the costume later, but this is fully 3D printed. I made a vacuum form sort of skull cap that fits my face inside. And this one's different from the one that I made or the Jack head that I made last year. The mouth moves, it's articulated, right? So when I put it on, I can actually open it. You can actually see like his lower jaw and his teeth and stuff like that in there. So I'm really pleased with the way that came out. You can see the inside where the head sits. I kind of made like a cradle, foam padded, and back there you can see the speakers and a sound effects card that plays a couple of songs. So, and then there's a battery pack there for the LED lights that go around the perimeter of the inside of the coffin. So I'm not super happy with the sort of volume. It's still not quite loud enough. I'd want it to be a little bit louder, so I might upgrade that in the future. Down here, we have this box, which holds kind of like my repair kit stuff, right? Just, Velcro and X-Acto and CA glue. And I found a really cool website called Maker Case where you can download laser cut plans. You can enter any dimension for a box, and then you can download those files, and then you can laser cut little wood boxes, which is perfect. I really wanted like a specific case that would fit here. And then, of course, I couldn't leave it well alone, so I drew all these Nightmare Before Christmas themed images on there. And Zero is like my favorite, sort of side character, so I've got him on the top there. At the very bottom of the tray is the shoes. So these are the shoes that I wear. I might upgrade those at a later point, but they fit right in there. And then the toolbox just fits in just like so. And then up here is a drawer, sort of like like a box, like a storage box. It fits just kind of on this shelf. And this holds all the clothing, right? So the jacket, the pants, I do wear like a white undersuit with a hood. And any other soft parts, and I'll show you my hands in a little bit. But I really I didn't want to just like stuff the clothes in there. So I was slightly obsessed or fascinated with, like in Harry Potter, they have like, Professor Lupin has like a chest with all of his like potions and things like that in it. I kind of really like those boxes. So this is kind of like my Nightmare Before Christmas version of that. So I made this tray that sort of custom fits in there. It's a little snug to get in, but I really wanted to maximize the amount of space that I could, store my stuff in. And so, of course, I couldn't leave this well alone either. So I drew kind of like a mural of Halloween Town all the way around it. So there's the town hall, there's the fountain, a bunch of scary, houses and stuff like that. You flip it around this side. This would be Jack's house. And the graveyard. And as we keep going around, this is the graveyard continued, and then Spiral Hill. And then I'm going to turn it this way because I can't really do this with one hand. This is Oogie Boogie's lair, where Lock, Shock, and Barrel take Santa, and then Dr. Finkelstein's lab, and then the trees with the different holidays on it, right? So I thought that was pretty cool. I thought I'd do something fun there just to kind of look at, and I thought, okay, a landscape mural thing would be kind of neat. And then, I'll show you the hands. So this is just my clothing stuff, but I made new hands. Last year I had gloved hands, and they didn't really work the way I wanted to. So I started with a file from Cults 3D for some skeleton hands. But I didn't really like the way they fit, and I didn't really like the shape. So I ended up almost remodeling the whole thing. The only parts that I used from that model was this base and then this sort of main part of the finger. But I modeled my own fingers, modeled my own push rods, and then I modeled all these bones for the back of the hand. So there's like these sort of like wrist bones, and then the back of the hand bones, and the thumb over here. So like everything connects together. So when you look at it, you can't really see any of the elastics and stuff because I wear white gloves underneath, right? Which are also stored here in this bag. So anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. I thought it was just, something kind of cool to do and a fun project to work on. I enjoy boxes much like Adam Savage does. So I thought this would be a really cool way to store him and showcase him for, Jack Skellington fans at different events. So anyways, I hope you like that. And we'll see you next time.